Beautiful souls, the wait is over. SoulspotIntuitive.com is now live, and I've got something really magical just for you. If you've ever wondered how deeply connected your marriage truly is, take my free 24-question quiz. How intuitive is your marriage? In just minutes, you'll uncover your relationship's strengths and the two biggest areas that need a little extra love. This isn't just any quiz, it's a game changer for couples ready to communicate better, trust deeper, and love more intuitively. And for a limited time only, I'm offering free intuitive sessions for those craving even more insight. Please don't miss out on this. I'm really excited about this. Take the quiz now at soulspotIntuitive.com/quiz. Your marriage will thank you. If you are interested in a free intuitive session with myself, please email me at amandapott@soulspotIntuitive.com and put free session in the subject line. This will be a limited time offer, so don't miss out. And the links are in the show notes. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Intuitive Marriage Podcast. I'm your host, Amanda, and today is a really special episode because we are celebrating not just one, but two beautiful milestones. Sunday, April 27th, just over a week ago, was my 6-year wedding anniversary with my amazing husband, Barry, and it also marked 1 full year of this podcast. Yay! I wish I had like the sound effects of like people clapping and partying in the background. Now, I was hoping to get this episode out to you last week, but life has been very busy. It's cabin season now open. Our cabin's now open, so we're able to get out there. And just life has been busy. Our kids have been doing stuff. And so I just feel like haven't had as much time to be consistent with the podcast. And I want to apologize. That is a goal of mine moving forward. But I absolutely cannot believe that it's been a whole year since I hit record on that very first episode. And what a journey it's been, both personally and professionally. So today I want to reflect with you. I want to celebrate. I want to share some lessons from the past year and give you a glimpse into the next chapter for Soul Spot Intuitive and this podcast, the Intuitive Marriage Podcast. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and for being a part of this soulful journey with me. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you that listen. So 6 years of marriage. Holy, we've been together just over 11 years, but 6 years of marriage. It's taught me a lot, not just about love, but about growth, about change, forgiveness, fun, and partnership. And marriage is not about arriving at some perfect place. I don't even think life is really about that. I used to think there was always a result or an end game. And honestly, our life is just one big journey. Every time we reach that next milestone, we are always looking at the next milestone, and we very rarely even celebrate what we've done. So it's just the way that happens, right? We just don't even realize how far we've grown, and sometimes we just have to kind of take a step and look back and just see where the journey is taking us, where we've been, where we're going. And there is no really any destination. There's no perfect place. It's all about evolving together and having fun along the way. So some lessons that I want to share today with you are have more flexibility in love. The more that we allow each other to be human, to change, to dream, to struggle, the deeper the bond between us grows as a couple. And fun is absolutely essential. Seriously. Fun isn't an extra. It's sacred. It's not like, ooh, that's just the icing on the cake, or, ooh, we'll get there someday when we have fun. It's absolutely sacred in your marriage. It's very important for the soul and for yourself. Whether it's karaoke nights, spontaneous adventures, or just laughing together, fun is the absolute glue for our marriage, and I promise you it will be the glue for your marriage as well. Also, perspective is power. So we get to choose how we see each other every single day. We can wake up and just be like salty and, think of some of the things that our partner maybe hasn't done or has done that's upset us. And we can kind of start our day looking at them with resentment. We choose to see the best in our partner every day, even when it's tough. Some of those days they're tough. We create a marriage that's safe, soulful, and thriving. So it's our perspective on things, how we choose to think about it, how we choose to, you know, go forth in our marriage. I'm so grateful, absolutely so grateful for my husband, Barry, and for everything that these past 6 years have brought into our lives. And I express that to him often. And I wouldn't trade my marriage and love for him for absolutely anything in the world. So it's been an incredible 6 years of marriage. And I'm looking forward to like another 60 if possible. I guess I'm living to over 100. But anyways, now let's talk about the Intuitive Marriage Podcast. Let's talk about the podcast. Starting this podcast a year ago was one of the most vulnerable and brave things I've done. I had no idea if anyone would listen, but I just knew that my heart was pulling me to share what I've learned about marriage and relationships and how to have an intuitive, soulful relationship, how to have that. What do I do in my life daily? This is my second marriage. I've talked about that in the past. What do I do? How do I live my life for me to be my best self and my best partner? And quite frankly, I just sort of wanted to get my voice out there. If anything, just wanted to leave a legacy for my kids and my grandkids, even if they just listen back and go, man, Nana was really crazy. And she talked a lot, but that's okay. I wish I could hear a crazy podcast from my mother years ago. She's passed now. And I just have fun doing it. So over the last year, I guess what I have learned is imperfect action is powerful. So you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. And that's really difficult for me. I need 16 steps put in place before I start something. Hence, that's why I'm inconsistent with the podcast. My ADHD brain does not help. The executive functioning aspect of my brain does not help. I have great ideas. I can see visions, but I struggle to actually get them executed. But it's okay. I'm still doing it. I'm still here. It's still very imperfect and it's very inconsistent. And that's okay because it's my podcast. So once I wrap my brain around how things are going, then it'll be more consistent. And if it's not, then it is what it is. So I've learned to just be a little more okay with that. And connection is everything. Some of the sweetest messages have come from listeners, come from you guys, telling me an episode helped them have a better conversation with their spouse, or, it helps them see themselves more clearly. And honestly, that's the magic. That's absolutely the magic. And you're never alone. No matter what you are going through in a marriage or in your life, someone else has walked a similar path. I'm a huge podcast listener and I love you too. And there's just so many stories and they're all so very relatable, and there's just so much sharing out there. So just remember, you're not alone in this. And sharing our story connects us, not everyone's going to relate to me. Not everyone's going to like hearing my voice. Not everyone's going to want to listen to me. But the people who do, those are the people that I will connect with. And beautiful things happen that way. Let's turn pages here. And so if you've been listening, even to just one episode, I really want to give you a heartfelt thank you. You guys are the reason that I do this. Absolutely. So what is next for Soul Spot Intuitive and the Intuitive Marriage Podcast. If you haven't checked out, please go check out my website. It's live. I have a cool quiz there, 24-question quiz. Give you some insights in your marriage instantly. You don't have to pay for that. You get your results instantly. So go check that out. The website is soulspotintuitive.com, and Spot has 2 T's. My last name is Pot. My last name is 2 T's. Well, I actually have something really special. So just a little backstory. Most of you know, if you've been listening, I went to Australia in September to go see a bestie of mine of 27 years, 27, 28 years, something crazy like that, Mandy. And it was an extremely empowering trip. I went on my own. I hadn't flown in like 30 years, and I overcame a lot of obstacles and fears. And yeah, it was such an incredible experience for myself. And strangely enough, when I came back, I was just high on top of the world. It was a very cool experience to kind of riding that wave for a while. And then around Christmas time, as wonderful as Christmas is and was, I sort of like had a crash. I kind of like, I was eating more, gained some weight, just feeling sluggish, just kind of like, I don't know. I guess because you have a really big peak, you kind of come down a bit. And so in January, I know, actually it was before January, because I'm not a big fan of starting New Year's resolutions right on January, because 12 days in and I'm done. But in December, later in December, I started to think about some of the basics that I needed to do to take care of myself, to have more energy, to just feel better and to get back on track. And I came up with, basically 14 things, a handful of things that I did. And I've kind of expanded on that. So as a result of doing this and living this way and incorporating these things into my life, I've lost 20 pounds just as of the other day. I have more energy. I have more mental clarity. I'm in a better mood all the time, and I just overall feel better. So, what I have something really special that I want to share. Mother's Day is like less than a week away, and I know that for many of us, the season can come with a mix of love, overwhelm, and the constant hum of responsibility. I know summer's on the way. We're all wanting to get excited and have energy to do a lot of things in summer. And I don't know about you, but here in Canada and Manitoba, the weather just it's been up and down. Like it was 29 yesterday, but I think it's like 7 degrees right now. Like it's crazy. So you try to get excited, and then SAD kicks in again, and the cloud lifts and that kicks in again because the weather's shitty. So if you've been feeling exhausted or stuck, or honestly just not yourself lately, I see you, and you're not alone. So I've created something from my heart. I actually had a podcast about this in November. So maybe it was before. Okay, you know what? I think it was like late November. I started working on myself. I knew that it was before the new year. So my apologies. I guess it was back in November, late October, November. I think I had way too much candy at Halloween, and I think it was a November thing. That's right. So you can go back and listen to that episode. It's a 14-day self-love blueprint I created. I have tweaked it a little bit since then, but it's a gentle, supportive guide that I honestly originally made back for myself, now thinking it was back in October. And when I knew I needed to reset and slow down and come back to the basics, it's like I just knew I needed to just take care of me, the basics. What are the basics I need to do? And so, I mean, that honestly just consists with like self-love. What do I want from this? And it starts off with like proper hydration and proper sleep and the basics. So, and it's kind of habit stacking. You kind of, you do one thing extra every day and you move forward. I don't have all the details right now. Sorry, I just kind of wanted to just kind of let you know about what I was doing. I will have more of an announcement that will kind of do more of a little bit of a breakdown. So I'd love to share this with a few married mamas who might need that same care. I'd love to open up 10 spots, and we'll see how that goes. And so if you are interested, I will let you know how to reach out, but just DM me in my socials or email me. Information's in the show notes. But this is my Mother's Day gift to you, my married mama. We'll move through 2 weeks of simple soul nourishing practices that help bring clarity, energy, and joy back into your daily rhythm. You'll also get to be one of the first members of my private Facebook community, Soul Spot Sanctuary. It's a safe, empowering space for intuitive marriage mentoring and real conversations about self-love. So if this speaks to you, I would love for you to join us. The start date will be later this month, and I'm thinking it's most likely going to be May 26th, and I'll be announcing it soon. And if you'd like more information or you want to be a part of this intimate circle, just send me an email at amandapott with 2 T's at soulspotintuitive.com, and please put 14 days self-love in the subject line, and I'll personally send you the details. This is completely free. This isn't a program full of pressure. I'm not trying to sell you anything. This is not an MLM. There's no supplements. This is just completely free for accountability, and it's just a warm invitation to honor yourself again. And I'm really excited. I want to start building my community, and this is a great way to kind of kick it off. And I'd like for you ladies to kind of just give me some feedback, the ones that join. And maybe I'll create another program from this. But I just want to do this. As women, as mothers, pour into ourselves first. Everything else begins to flow with more ease. So we really need to fill up our own cups. And honestly, I'd like to reset myself again, and I need some accountability. So I think it's a lot more fun to do it as a group, and you are worthy of love, you are worthy of rest, and you are worthy of this space. So I'm excited. And so I am also still offering a limited number of free intuitive marriage sessions. So you get me for 60 minutes. This is for individuals and or couples who want to create more of an intuitive, soulful journey right now. So if you want some insight, if you've done the quiz and you want to kind of go over it, reach out. I'm still offering some free limited 60-minute sessions. So before we end today, I do just want to remind you, wherever you are in your life, in your marriage, in your personal growth, your life's journey, celebrate it. Celebrate the small wins. Celebrate surviving hard days. Celebrate choosing love, even when it's messy. Life and marriage aren't about being perfect. They're about showing up with intention and with an open heart, leading with love. So thank you for celebrating with me today. I'm very excited. It's been such an eventful journey. Like, I've just loved every moment of this podcast, and it's so cool. I'm actually a guest speaker on 2 podcasts at the end of this month. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'll let you guys know how that goes as I get closer to that happening. So if you are feeling called to go deeper, to create a more intuitive and joyful marriage, I would love to invite you to join me. Just sit down with me for 60 minutes. We'll have a private one-on-one intuitive mentor session. You can just have a chat, go from there. We'll work together to unlock where you're stuck. We will heal what needs to be healed and spark the intuitive connection between you and your partner. So I will also send you a copy of the Wheel of Marriage if you partake in this as well. It's a printable tool. And if you want just to have, just let me know. If you want the Wheel of Marriage, just let me know. It's a printable tool that will help give you some insight of what areas need some extra TLC. So again, you can email me at amandapott@soulspot.com, or you can reach out on my socials. I'm at the Intuitive Marriage Podcast on Instagram. I'm usually on Facebook. That's probably where I hang out the most. And it's just Amanda Pott on Facebook. So, all right. So spots are limited. So please, and simply because my time is limited right now, I do work full days, 2 full days a week. I'm actually heading off to work right away. I will be gone to work until Thursday morning. So I do want to keep it very personal. And so if you want to book that session with me, please reach out. So thank you again for being here. It's, just absolutely been a pleasure. I'm excited for another year of the podcast, see where it goes. And another year of growth, another year of love, and definitely another year of intuition. So you guys have a great week. I'm going to try to be coming back on a little bit more consistently, but I want to get this group up and running, and I want to get the 14-day self-love going. So then we'll see how that turns out. All right. So love you guys, and you guys have a great week, or we'll see you in a week, or we'll see you in 2 weeks. I think I'm making an announcement in a week. So bye for now.